Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for everyone to availing their time to attend this session. And for those who are newcomers, we welcome you. And for those who are also joining us and as part of the last year's team, we also say you are welcome to these sessions. And I'm going to ask Caspar to do the house rules before he hand over to Dr. Host for a presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cabello. Welcome everybody to today's session. We only have a few small house rules for today. We would like to ask everyone to please mute your cameras to save data and bandwidth. Also, we'd like to ask if you can please mute your microphones to keep all the background noise to minimum. If anybody has a question at any point in time, please feel free to raise your hand. Or if you have some mic problems, please put it into the chat area. And I think we are ready. Over to you, Dr. Gous.
Awesome. Thank you very much. As per usual, I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen. And here we go. Slideshow. I'm assuming you can see my slideshow.
Almost. It's coming through now. Yes, we can see.
Excellent. Excellent. Awesome. All right. So you notice that we really like discussion. This I said really it's welcome to a discussion, and we're discussing robotics software. And so yesterday we looked at how you design robots with software that is freely available. And so we had Lego Digital Designer and we did the studio. And maybe afterwards some of us can share whether you've actually been using any of these packages. Today I'm going to present two more options, the Virtual Robotics Toolkit and Gearsbot. This very short time we have together doesn't allow us to do a full tutorial. So I'm going to say that we do have expertise. Nadine has worked with Gearsbot before. I've got a little bit of experience of Virtual Robotics Toolkit, but if we need more time on these, maybe then we can have a future session afterwards. And then we'll do Scratch tomorrow and we'll do Tinkercad on Thursday. All right. So really welcome. You've heard most of the members of the team are here and present. And so this is part of this amazing journey, which is very different. So this is session number 2 already. This is how it used to be in yonder days, but you're welcome nonetheless. And so what we have here is we would like to equip our educators, our students, our trainers in robotics coaching. And that means part of that purpose is to make everybody aware of the opportunities that are available. All right, and the recordings of this session will also be included on the iSet Robotics Mooc M1 portal, and that is how you access the Mooc portal. I'm going to just keep going, and then afterwards, after Nadine has read the news, Tumelo will also guide you through how to access the Mooc. All right, so our vision is to go from basics to beyond and to equip you as the potential robotics coach. But today we're going to explore alternatives. Okay, so to build a robot, you'll need a robotics kit, and to program it, you'll need a laptop with some software on it, and kind of in between are the 21st century skills. But what we're going to do today is explore some alternative paths to robotics. Okay, so we've done the building. You've got the physical robotics kit, and programming, you've got the software, which is free downloads from the internet. And then yesterday we did designing a robot with a CAD system, either the Lego Digital Design or the Bricklink Studio, which is free. And so what we're going to do today is simulations of robots, two very different versions of it. So the first one we're going to discuss is Gearsbot. And Gearsbot, that's the link to download it. It's hackingstem.com and then Gears. You will see that the programming looks very Scratch-like. And you can then obviously, as you would any other robot, you would then write the code for that robot. It's also a canvas. I was going to show you how it works, but then I thought maybe just to have a screenshot does help, just to go through everything that we need to discuss. But you can see it's same canvas. You've got blocks, so that'll be that kind of programming. You can program in Python. There's a simulation. There's a world that your robot can work in. So it looks and feels like any programming canvas. You can select a little robot, and as you can see, you can change the wheel spacing, and you can change the left wheel and right wheel, and you can change the sensors. And so there you have a little bit of freedom to change what you want to change. So that's cool. The robot itself, very rudimentary, but here we are about learning about how to program a robot. So that would be fine. This is not a designing class. This is just a robot programming option. Okay, so this is kind of the world. I tried to catch it, so you can see there's a wall here around it, and that's the wall, and this was my space. You can add all kinds of things to your world, and you can, if you press those buttons, you can make the robot go up and down and moving all around. So this is kind of an overview of what you get on your laptop. All right, and then the good news is there are tutorials. There are a huge number of tutorials. So here's the presenter. Here are all the tutorials, from line following to fixed path automation. You can really, there's challenges, there are resources to use, there are tutorials that you can use these to then grasp the basics of programming of robots. Okay, and they've got the gratefully, they've got some challenges as well, so you can kind of test your knowledge as well. It's all freely available. All right. So the Gearsbot, you'll see there are some videos down the bottom of this. This one is a line follow, which is kind of a generic robotics. Line following is important, and the sumo wrestling is important. Just make sure that you choose a language that you can understand, because there's some versions in foreign languages. Okay, but the great thing about Gearsbot is free and it's available. There's lots of tutorials. If you have a computer lab, you can put teams of learners or teams of students. They can design, can add and subtract onto the robot. They can program the robot, and they can test the robot. All right. There's a different collection of worlds that you can define. It's great for a class challenge. You can put teams of 2 or 3 learners at a computer, and then you can have a challenge session. Really cool is that you can do Scratch programming and you can do Python programming. What is also amazing is if you do the Scratch programming, you can go and look what would the Python programming then also look like. All right. And so here, maybe we do need some more discussions. I don't know. We can discuss this afterwards and say, maybe we do need to have some more discussions on this session. Maybe we need to have kind of a team effort on this one. So maybe that's open for discussion. All right. Okay. The other package that I'm going to talk to you about now, I've got a demo running on my computer, so I will show that to you now. It's called Virtual Robotics Toolkit. You have to unfortunately buy a license. It works out about 700 Rand per laptop or per computer. So, well, that also depends on the exchange rate. But you can, and I'm wanting to say we can negotiate a bulk license deal, but we can discuss that. And obviously the license then expires. You have it for 1 year and then it expires. So it depends on it. Yeah. All right. So this is kind of what it looks like. And I'll show you just now. So on your screen, on the top part, you have your robot, and at the bottom part, you can then do your Ev3 programming. So this would be the normal programming, and you've got half. You can do WRO competitions. You can do first Lego League competitions. The max. Can we just participant? Thank you very much. So you've got sandbox challenges. This is a screenshot, so I can't go down. But here's a sandbox. You can learn the basics. There's some apartments, so you can work on that. But these are all simulations of challenges. All right. So that is an option. I'll show you just now how it works. The cool thing about this also is that there are under resources, there are tutorials, and so there you can see, kind of get an idea. That's what you can have your robot, you can do a line follow, and then you can have the program here, so you can test it at the same time, the one and the other. Okay. Again, the Virtual Robotics Toolkit has got resources. This is the soccer one. There is, I think that's also soccer. There's a screen. There's the sand park where you can play in the sand park. There's another challenge. So whatever you choose, it has multiple options. Okay. Again, the options that are available, the tutorials that are available, you can watch these tutorials, and maybe then from that you can decide are you going to investigate or you're going to use that at your school or not. Okay. There is, if you ask specifically for tutorials, you will get a whole lot of tutorials. Okay. In terms of licenses for the Virtual Robotics Toolkit, if you Google free download, you will get a link, and then you can use that number, and that lasts, I think also it's like a trial period, but I think it lasts a bit longer than 45 days. Or you can Google 45-day trial period. You'll probably get a link like that, and then you can download it, and you can use it for 45 days and just play around and see whether it's kind of what you want in your classroom. Okay, but those are two options. Okay. So really, this has been a very brief session. I wanted to introduce you to the two options. I'm going to give you a demo now. But it's as if your school doesn't have the physical robotics kits, then please don't feel you need to lose out. All right. So you're not losing out. There are options. Okay. There are options that you can use so that your learners have access to robotics and to the programming of robots. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to, here we go. Okay. All right. Are there any questions before I continue? Any questions?
If anybody has a question, please feel free to raise your hand or put it into the chat area.
Anybody got any questions, or are we all fine? Is it making sense? Has anybody used any of these robotics opportunities before? No. Joy House, I wonder whether you can just put your camera off, because we can see you now. Just put the camera off. Otherwise, you're going to be part of the recording of the session. Just put the video off. There you go. All right. All right, no questions? Nobody's got any questions. All right, there we go. Okay. No, you're back again. All right, if there's no further questions, I'd just like to show you a demonstration. And I'm going to again share my screen. Okay. My full screen, and then I'm going to show you what the Virtual Robotics Toolkit looks like. All right. So if you were to look here, you've got at the bottom here, you've got the programming environment. So I can pull that up. I can go File. I can go New Project. We can go New Program. If this will start up, that will be great. There we go. All right, so we can write our computer program down here. So we can go forward for, say, 2 returns. All right, and then instead of being connected to a real physical brick, you can choose up here. You can maybe choose one of these options of how we're going to work. So let's choose this one, and then it will upload. There we go. All right. So then it'll upload on the top here your environment. So then your little robot, it will be a simulation of what the robot is, not the actual robot, not the physical robot. So I'll show you some physical robots I've got here, but you will then have a simulation. You'll see it takes a little while because it is rather a large package, and I was going to. Okay, let's just wait for it to come back. So basically what you're doing is you're taking this program and you're running it in a simulation environment. So you're not actually running it as a physical robot, but you are running it as a simulation. All right. I'm just waiting for this to load up. It's taking very long. Okay. So whilst we're waiting, so I will just, if you've got a star here, that means that you've got to save your, let's just save our project. All right, so we've saved our project, and we're going to call it project 2022 example. Okay, there we go. Everything looks like very slow today. Let's just save that. There we go. So we've saved our program. And so this will make the robot go forward, but we want the robot to go forward. There we go. All right. So there, did you hear that beep? And it's connected. And here we've got the vehicle, and we're going to connect it there. So it's connecting, and there's our robot over there. So if we have this, and we're going to make that robot move. So if we say run, download and run, and then the robot, there we go. Did you see the robot move? Excellent. All right. So that is how, over here, we go back, and I just pause, and then we say stop, then it goes back. Then if we want the robot to go forward and we want it to go maybe down here, then we're going to say, okay, so then we are going to have to go, we have to first turn. So we take a motor, okay, and so we're going to get B. B is on the left-hand side. B must go about 2.2 rotations. And then we'll put a pause in there, all right? And then we need to go forward for 2 rotations. So in theory, it's going to go forward a little bit, and then it's going to go in this direction. So let's have a look what happens now. Here we go. There we go. Goes forward. Oh, wrong way. Oh, chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos. All right. So that didn't work. So then what you see, you here, you can play with your robot. Oh, it's not, still waiting. Okay, let's just stop the, it's still waiting. All right, so we're not going to go here. We have to just stop our robot quickly. It has stopped. Okay, so if we want to change our program, it's going to go on C port because we need to go the other way. And then we needed to go for 2 rotations. I just don't know how we can make it. Let's just take this. There we go. We're going to pause the simulation, and that one is stop the simulation. So then the robot goes back to where it was. Okay, so now we're going to take C motor. We're going to test that out. Let's have a look whether it's going to go anywhere. There we go. So it goes, there we go, forward. And that's turning too much. All right, so that doesn't work. And so you see that using this now, every learner, every laptop that you have, you can actually play with your robot without actually having a physical robot. Okay, and so here you can also have different ways of controlling this field. You can tilt it up and down, but it is a good package to have. Then you can, let me go here. Let's change this program, make it 1 rotation. Okay, and then we're going to go forward 3 rotations. All right. So let's try that. Now the robot hasn't gone back to where it was. Let's just try it. Let's see. Okay, see, it keeps moving, but it can't move because we haven't stopped the stimulation. So let's stop that. Okay, and now we need to, there we go. So now we need to stop the simulation. When you stop it, it goes back to its normal position. And now we're going to make it run for 1 rotation. Then it must pause, and then it must go forward for 3 rotations. So let's have a look. So here we're going to let it run forward for 1 rotation. And then turn. There we go. There we go. Nearly into the bridge. Okay. All right. So now you are teaching the learners to program without actually having a robotics kit in the classroom and to do different challenges. So I don't know how many of you know about this was the City Shaper challenge, and what the robot needed to do was actually put that crane thing over there. It was supposed to go up the bridge. There's a swing here. We had to go to the swing. Let's just see. So maybe if it didn't turn that far, and then it would, let me say 0.1, let's just give it one more chance. All right, so we're going to pause, stop the simulation, goes back. All right, now we want it to actually get to here. So if we're going to go, just turn slightly, that might not be enough. Let's go 0.5, and then it must go obviously further. See how far it gets to. So now you can test your programming. All right, now let's run it over here. There we go. Last one. It'll go a little bit around. Oh, it's too little. And it's going to go straight into the bridge. Oh my goodness. And we have a collision. So that's not good. All right. Are there any questions about the Virtual Robotics Toolkit before I stop sharing my screen? Anybody?
Hi, Dr. Rose David.
Hi, I'm listening.
Yes, I just wanted to check, is this the Lego Digital Designer, or is it because you said Virtual Robotics Toolkit? Are those two different things, right?
Totally two different things. Totally two different things. The Lego Digital Designer, we just design robots and attachments. This is a Virtual Robotics Toolkit. You can actually, if you have a license, you can actually import your design from Lego Digital Designer into the Virtual Robotics Toolkit. All right. But the robot we have here is really just the generic robot that comes standard. And this is the Riley Rover design. Yes. Yeah. But it does allow you to do all the missions. This was City Shaper was the challenge for 2019. And if you look at the rules for the challenge, you can get a rule book, and you'll notice that there are about 16 missions on here that you can do. I was trying to get to the swing, but I'm not getting to the swing. Let me see whether I can. Yeah, let me just see whether I can get to. I wanted to see whether I can just at least turn. This robot goes too far. You see, it must go around a little bit. Okay, maybe we can. I want to get it to go. I want you to show how it does the swing. It actually, when it gets there, it does what it's supposed to do. Yeah. So this is by manipulation. So what we're doing each time is we're teaching our learners to maybe think out what they want to do, and then to test each of the options. Okay, so that should get to the swing. All right, let me just quickly try one more thing. It's got to release this spring here, so the swing can actually swing. Let's have a look. Okay, if you go 6 maybe. All right, so let's go. This is the last time I'm trying. You see, it gets quite addictive here. All right, so it's got to go around a little bit. There we go, and it's got to get to the swing. Let's see. Oh dear, no. Okay. So that didn't work. But the fun part now is that everybody or teams of learners can work on a laptop without actually having a physical robot, and without having actually the challenge mat in front of you. Obviously, it would be easier if we all had our challenge mat in front of us. But yeah, that is what it is. All right. So this allows you to teach programming with a robotics challenge, and there's a whole collection of challenges that you can use. But this is definitely one of the options you can use to teach robotics in your classroom. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. Just see whether there's any other questions.
Hello, Dr. Coates.
Anybody have any questions? Hi.
Hi, Dr. Coates. It's Sarah Howells here.
Hi, Sarah. Yes.
Hi. It's just a basic question. You showed us those virtual sort of areas. Do they have this year's Cargo Connect down as one of the virtual sort of mats?
I don't know whether it's uploaded yet. I can find out for you. I will find out.
Thank you so much.
You see, and then it's actually it allows you for every learner to try and find the solution. And once you have the code, then you can test it on your physical robot.
Absolutely, especially when you have a large class, it makes things a little bit easier.
There we go. Absolutely. All right. I will find out for you. Okay. All right. Because we do want all learners in the team to participate. And we do want them each to come with their solution. So that's always good. Yeah. All right. Is there anybody that has used the virtual robotics toolkit or has used the Gearsbot robot? Anybody got any experience of that? Anybody? These are definitely options. The WRO options are a little bit more difficult, but it's also good challenges to use in your teaching. Using the robot that you have, you'll probably have to do put some sensors on. And then once they've got the confidence to be able to do it on the computer screen, maybe then they can go onto the real robot. Yeah, but it is an option. It is an option. All right, I don't see any questions on the chat, and I don't see any hands raised on the participant list. All right, so I'm going to then pause a moment, and I'm going to hand over to Melo. Are you still here with us?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to explain how to access the Mooc portal?
Okay, I shall do so.
Thank you very much. And then afterwards, Nadine will bring us the news. Thank you.
All right, then. Gentlemen and ladies, once again, thank you so much for being part of this fascinating and interesting session. I'll share my screen within a few seconds, sorry. Kindly please confirm whether you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
It's coming.
Yes, I can see it from my side.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. For those who are joining us for the very first time, UNISA has a Mooc portal. It's zero rated, meaning that you don't use data for such. Immediately when you log in to this portal, you don't use data to access all the materials that are available here. So if you would like to find out how to use this, you simply go to the tab that's written how to register. So immediately you click on how to register. It will give you instructions of how to register yourself and how to create your own Mooc account, meaning that you have to create a new account. When you're done with that, you create your user ID, your full name, just enter everything there. When you are done, you will have to go and insert membership. So on this part of the session, this is where I'm going to focus on. Let's say, for example, you've created your own username as well as your password. So now you simply click on login. When you're done clicking on login, you go to membership. Immediately you're done clicking on membership, as you can see on membership, it's written my current sites, my official course enrollments, as well as joinable sites. When you click on joinable sites, you scroll down. When you scroll down, you will see a Mooc portal, a website written Ev3 Robotics M1 2022. Because for me, I already joined, it won't show down there. When you simply click on when you join this site called Ev3 Robotics M1 2022, you will see here, it will have an overview page whereby they welcome you to the Ev3 Robotics and explain how this Mooc portal is like, as well as the aim of this Mooc. But I think for now, this is where I'll end, because yesterday we had a problem, a technical glitch, but I think today everything should be fine, and we do have participants in this portal. I see there are 3 people already in this portal. I think I'm done for now. Thank you so much, Dr. House, unless we have any questions regarding the Mooc portal.
Well presented. Thank you. All right, Nadine, would you like to tell us the news, and then we'll open the floor for questions? All right, Nadine? Just wondering, is Nadine in the house, in the group? Tumela, can you confirm?
Let me quickly check. Yes, is she? Nadine, are you here? I see you here. Ms. van der Haar? Or unless I'm seeing things on my side. Casper, can you confirm that?
Unfortunately, I don't see a name on my side.
No, I don't see it either. All right.
All right. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Nadine, please check on the chat box. I'm going to post information regarding today's session on how to send any general queries as well as our social media pages. Over to you, Dr. Rose. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So Tumelo and Nadine are our Mooc experts, and they will help you with any questions you have about Mooc. The Virtual Robotics Toolkit, it is available if anybody wants maybe more information, and whether we want to maybe have extra sessions, that's also possible. And Nadine is the go-to person for the Gearsbot. Any further questions? Anybody? All right.
All right. Can I take questions from the chat, Dr. Rose?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I see Yolanda and Maria says, good afternoon, Dr. Rose. I trust you are well. Trying to register new students on the UNISA portal, but I couldn't find the ISET M1 site. Would you kindly please assist?
Okay, Tumelo is going to assist.
Yeah. As I explained, I think I'll have to share my screen again of if you can see the site.
Okay.
Right, and in the meantime, if you feel like raising your hand or unmuting yourself, please go ahead while I read the questions. I see David says it makes sense. It looks really cool. It's my first time, so looking forward to learning journey. Is this the Lego Digital Designer software? David asks.
No, the Lego Digital Designer we did yesterday.
Yeah,
so that
no,
was
you did
for
answer that
designing.
one.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Doc. Yeah, you did
Awesome.
answer that one. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. You know, and maybe you don't want to install it yet on your laptops, but I'm really encouraging you just to go and watch some YouTube videos. Watch some from the Gearsbot side, watch some from the Virtual Robotics Toolkit side, and just see what is possible.
My son. Yes, because I love him.
Okay. Awesome.
Perfect, we'll do so.
Okay. Excellent. 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 And these are all opportunities to introduce our learners to robotics, so it's just good.
Sure. Feel free to post any questions on the chat, or raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask Dr. Rose any questions related to today's session.
Nobody.
I was thinking that I should share my screen just for the last time. Oh, I see we've got 7 people on the Mooc site now.
Awesome. Cool.
I see people are participating in the Mooc site as well. This is nice.
Good.
So yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, if you have already registered yourself, for you to be able to see how to join the site, you simply click on membership site here on the left. On the membership site, you'll see my current sites, my official course enrollments, as well as joinable sites. When you click on joinable sites, when you scroll down and you still can't see the ISET website, the portal, you simply click here where it says show 20 items. When you click on show 20 items, you can simply say show 50 items, and then it will simply load. And then when you scroll down, you should be able to find the ISET site on this. I hope this explains. And then you'll see your ISET robotics site just here at the top. next to home on the UNISA logo. When you click on it, this should be the first thing that you see.
Yeah.
I hope this is clear. I hope I'm helping you, Yolanda, if I'm not mistaken.
All the questions. Oh, there's a hand up. Yes. Hello, Alexander. Your hand is
Okay.
up.
Just with regard to that, if you do the listing on that membership site, it doesn't show the iSet Robotics, but if you type in just I-set in the search box, it brings it up then.
Okay. What happens, Alexander, is that it only shows 20, and sometimes on the listing we are number 24 or something.
Yes,
So,
but
yeah.
I've even tried the 50 and it doesn't still show up, but if you do a search, it brings it up automatically.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you. So you can do a search. Thank you. There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. Tumelo, some more information for your
Sure.
presentation. Cool. All right.
I see Yolanda says she's now sorted now.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your assistance as well, Alexander. This is a nice community that we have here.
I tell you, it's going to
For
work.
those who still have questions, kindly feel free to unmute yourselves or gooi them on the chat box. Meneer Erasmus van Gaan, hoe gaan dit?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, it's going fine, thank you.
so far so good.
Yes.
Great,
Good.
thank you so much.
Excellent. All right. Then I think we're done for this session. We're going to quickly have a coffee break, and for those who are joining the programming, we're starting that at 4 o'clock. All right. I see there's one more hand up. Oopsie. Sorry. No, there's no more hands up. Sorry. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Cabela, would you like to close the session for us?
Thank you for attending the session. And we had quite a full class. And until we meet each other again in the next 20 minutes, I think we'll close the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Cabela. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. See you.
Thank you. See you at 4 o'clock. Bye.